Today I'm going to be presenting a PowerPoint presentation on the baddest Pokemon. Before I get started and you call me crazy, in the original Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, there's a book in a library that says, there once were Pokemon that became very close to humans. There once were humans and Pokemon that ate together at the same table. However, this was a mistranslation. In the original Japanese text, it says, there once were Pokemon that married people. There once were people who married Pokemon. Therefore, I'm not crazy. First of all, Gardevoir, the embrace Pokemon. I will never go through a playthrough of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire without catching Ralts in the first route possible, and I have to make sure that it's a female Ralts, and I always level it as soon as possible, even though it only knows teleport at the start. I just feel like I have to get my Gardevoir. I have to see it before the end game, and I don't care what anybody else says. In addition, in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, its Pokedex entry says it unleashes psychokinetic energy at full power when protecting a trainer it has bonded closely with, and we're going to bond very, very closely. The next baddest Pokemon is Diggersby, the digging Pokemon. I don't know why, but it's just something about its face. Also, I feel like it'll make me feel warm no matter what. If we were in the forest in the middle of winter and it was snowing all night long, I would definitely build a fire and then just snuggle up with my Diggersby. Also, at level 1, Diggersby learns Leer, and I just want you to imagine it using Leer on you. Every single time it uses Leer, one piece of your clothing just disappears and your defense goes down little by little until eventually it uses Leers on you 6 times and everything is removed, and then it's like, hey, want to go underground and find some potatoes? Like that would just completely destroy me. I don't know what it is, but that's just how I feel. The next baddest Pokemon is going to be on everybody's list, but Ditto. It can transform into anything. This one's self-explanatory. The only problem is I feel like with how many times I've used Ditto as a breeding Pokemon in every single one of the games, I just kind of feel bad for it eventually. I want my Ditto to retire, and I'm definitely going to let it retire after like 60, 70 years of use. Also, another thing that creeps me out is that Ditto is going to always lay eggs no matter what. If it breeds with any Pokemon, it always lays eggs. And so what happens if it breeds with a human? Would it drop an egg that's just like a clone of you? I don't want to make 1,000 clones of myself. That's an absolute no-brainer. It's just not going to happen. So if that happens, then I'm just going to have to consume the eggs as omelets. Lastly, I'm going to pick a Pokemon that absolutely nobody else is going to pick, Frostlass. I know that in the lore, Frostlass is married or something, or it's a lost woman that got reincarnated into a Pokemon. Either way, I'm definitely going to meet up with Frostlass. It has a really creepy Pokedex entry for Ultra Sun. It says it freezes hikers who have come to climb snowy mountains and carries them back to its home. It only goes after men it thinks are handsome, so I guess I'm probably going to be safe, but I'm going to risk it just to be able to find out, because I really need to know, you know. And if it doesn't think that I'm handsome, then I'm just going to be super funny, and I feel like my personality is going to shine through, and then me and Frostlass can chill in whatever ice cave it has, and we can find as many handsome people as possible, freeze them, and display them in a museum-style house. I feel like that's going to be super cute. It's going to be super cool, and then maybe we can invite a cameraman so we can have a TV show where it's like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but instead it's like Keeping Up with Frostlass and Frostlass's boyfriend. Click the video at the center of the screen. I promise this will not put you in a time loop where you watch a ton of my videos. So just click this video. This is the first and last time I'm going to make this announcement. Just click the video over here.